Right now on Good Morning America First Look, bracing for another storm. California hit with torrential rain. Roads washed out, hillsides collapsing as more than a foot of rain pounds the region. Mandatory evacuations, deadly accidents, and treacherous travel. The latest forecast ahead.
Overnight, new details emerging about the Delaware state trooper gunned down while saving lives. What authorities are saying about the suspect and what we're learning about a motive.
Pope Leo celebrates his first Christmas Mass in St. Peter, delivering a message of hope to a world in need. We'll tell you what he says.
A $1 billion Christmas surprise. One lucky person hits the $1.8 billion Powerball jackpot. And while Santa's on the move, NORAD is tracking his every stop. We'll show you where he's headed next. It's December 25th.
From ABC News, this is Good Morning America First Look.
Good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas. I'm Sophie Flay.
And I'm Hannah Battah. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin with a dangerous Christmas holiday in Southern California because of the weather. The week-long storm is forcing evacuations, and it's led to flood warnings in several communities. A flood warning remains in effect through the overnight hours in and around Los Angeles, with heavy rains expected into tomorrow. This morning, a state of emergency is in effect across Southern California as a powerful storm slams the region, triggering flash floods and mudslides. An atmospheric river is bringing several inches of rain with more than a foot possible in some spots.
The rain in Los Angeles is relentless. Neighbors tell me it's been a long time since they've seen the LA River roaring like this.
Evacuations were ordered in areas scorched by recent wildfires as water and mud rushed down streets and over barriers.
In the canyon areas here, we have very steep terrain, and we have the creek here behind us. So with the burn scar, it doesn't give water the chance to saturate into the ground.
In San Bernardino County, rising floodwaters surrounded homes. Officials warning residents who did not evacuate to shelter in place. The severe weather turning deadly in San Diego. One man was killed when a large tree branch fell on him. Wind gusts topping 60 miles per hour in some areas, and the heavy rain is making travel treacherous. This FedEx 18-wheeler crashed, spilling its cargo. Elsewhere, another tractor trailer jackknifed, slamming a car into a retaining wall. Across the country, drivers in Louisiana are also dealing with hazardous conditions. Thick fog created near-zero visibility, triggering multiple crashes in the New Orleans area. Farther north, a post-Christmas storm could bring damaging ice and heavy snow from Michigan to New England. Up to a foot could fall in parts of New York and Pennsylvania. Time now for a look at the forecast.
Good morning and Merry Christmas. Still watching rounds of rain over Southern California, exacerbating the flood situation. Fresno to Santa Barbara this morning, and then heavy rain arriving in L.A. during the middle of the day. There'll be additional rounds of rain tonight into the day on Friday. We could still put down 1 to 4 inches from San Diego all the way to San Jose, and in the higher elevations north of Los Angeles, we could still exceed 4 additional inches of rainfall and 4 to 8 feet additional amounts of snowfall in parts of the Sierra. Once you get into the front range of the Rockies, it's unseasonably warm. 71 Denver. Temperatures will be in the 70s and 80s from the plains to Texas into the southeast. Now, while it's seasonably chilly in the northeast, Arctic air is coming in out ahead of a storm. This is actually a piece of the western system. Already some icing across parts of Michigan. I-80 will be a mess as we go through the day today. And then some heavier snows from central New York going into the New York City area as we go into the evening hours. It looks like 4 to 8 inches in New York City, higher totals off to the west, and icing that could cause power outages across Pennsylvania to Michigan. That's your forecast. I'm ABC News meteorologist Lee Goldberg. Merry Christmas.
Now to the growing fallout over the Jeffrey Epstein files. The DOJ revealing it needs at least a few more weeks to review 1 million new documents potentially related to the sex offender's case. Here's ABC's Selena Wang.
A surprise announcement from the Justice Department revealing they've uncovered over 1 million more documents potentially related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The department stating, due to the mass volume of material, this process may take a few more weeks to review and release the files. Sources previously told ABC News the Justice Department has upwards of 1 million documents related to Epstein. So far, more than 100,000 pages have been made public. Democrats claiming the department is violating the law for not releasing all the documents by last week's deadline. Outrage growing over this new discovery. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer posting, a Christmas Eve news dump of 1 million more files only proves what we already know. Trump is engaged in a massive cover-up. The Justice Department says they need more time to redact the files to protect victims, but vowing that everything will be released in compliance with the law.
President Trump has certainly said from the beginning that he expects all files that can be released to be released, and that's exactly what we're doing.
The new documents also raising questions about why Epstein wasn't stopped years earlier. This Town of Palm Beach police report shows authorities looked into Epstein's accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell in 2001 for allegedly recruiting college students to answer phones and do office work for Epstein, saying at least 2 girls complained about Epstein touching them inappropriately. And top Democrats on Capitol Hill calling for an investigation into how this 1996 FBI tip was ignored. A child pornography complaint accusing Epstein of stealing photos of 12 and 16-year-old girls, possibly to be sold. Epstein wouldn't face criminal charges for another decade. And the Justice Department is coming to the president's defense, claiming that some of the documents contain untrue claims about the president without specifying which ones they believe are untrue. The president has long denied any wrongdoing. Selena Wang, ABC News, Palm Beach County, Florida, traveling with the president.
Selena, thank you. We are back with the passing of actor and comedian Pat Finn. Finn made his mark in television with roles on several sitcoms, including ABC's The Middle, where he played Bill Norwood. He also appeared on shows like Friends, Seinfeld, and Murphy Brown. Finn is survived by his wife and 3 children. He was 60 years old. A Delaware state trooper is being hailed a hero. He shoved a man out of the way of gunfire inside a motor vehicles facility. It became his final act of bravery. Here's ABC's Faith Abube.
A solemn salute to a fallen state trooper who authorities say died a hero during a terrifying shooting inside a packed DMV in Delaware.
After being shot, the trooper pushed the DMV employee out of harm's way, and the suspect shot the trooper again.
According to investigators, Corporal Matthew Snook was working overtime Tuesday afternoon when a 44-year-old approached the reception desk and shot him.
We kept hearing the shots. It was like, I would say like 7 to 8 shots. We all got to the floor.
Police say responding officers shot and killed the suspect, but were unable to save the trooper.
I was terrified. My son heard the trooper that got shot. He heard him groaning and gurgling, so that's how close they were.
The 34-year-old, affectionately called Ty, was a Delaware state trooper for a decade, a husband and a father to a 1-year-old child. His death has shaken fellow troopers and community members, prompting makeshift memorials and tributes around the area.
A hero who saved lives today while sacrificing his own.
Delaware Governor Matt Meyer called the shooting an act of pure evil. A second trooper and a woman were treated for non-gunshot related injuries. Faith Abube, ABC News, New York.
Faith, thank you. Well, wild moments caught on camera in North Texas. Police are searching for 2 suspects who allegedly used a stolen SUV to yank an ATM from a convenience store. As they drove off, the machine hit a nearby parked car. Both the ATM and stolen vehicle have been recovered. Prosecutors say they will seek the death penalty against a Florida woman accused of killing her 2 ex-husbands. Investigators say Susan Avalon shot both men within hours of each other last Wednesday. The first was killed in Bradenton. The second man was found in Tampa. No word yet on a possible motive, but investigators say Avalon owed thousands of dollars in child support to her first ex-husband. She has not entered a plea.
Now to Ukraine. The Christmas holiday has brought an intriguing new offer from Kyiv to end the fighting. Here's ABC's Patrick Reevell.
As fighting rages despite calls for a Christmas truce, a major development. President Zelensky saying he is ready to withdraw troops from Ukraine's eastern Donbass region as part of a peace deal. Zelensky telling reporters that the areas in Donbass still under Ukraine's control can become demilitarized zones, but that Russia must also withdraw. The offer is the furthest Zelensky has gone towards compromising on a key demand of Vladimir Putin, part of a 20-point plan negotiated with Trump administration officials in Florida that would also include security guarantees. But Putin is unlikely to accept, suggesting at a press conference just days ago that all of Donbass must be under full Russian control. And Zelensky, in a Christmas Eve address, sending a different message, saying he and all Ukrainians have a Christmas wish. Let him perish, he says, seeming to refer to Putin, and Ukraine have peace.
There's very little sign that Vladimir Putin will accept this new peace proposal, although this deal may perhaps be inching closer. For now, the Kremlin still wants more, and that means that the fighting will go on. Patrick Reevell, ABC News, London.
Patrick, thank you. Coming up, a country music star surprises travelers with an early Christmas gift in Music City.
Also ahead, we're tracking the man in red as he makes his way around the world. Stay with us. Well, Santa is hard at work getting those presents out to children around the world. And for the 70th straight year, NORAD is tracking his progress.
Yeah, looks like he was last spotted in Newman, Australia, and is heading towards Indonesia. The North American Aerospace Defense Command has resumed its annual duty of following Santa and his reindeer around the globe. Pope Leo delivers his first Christmas blessing this morning from St. Peter's Basilica. It comes hours after his first Christmas Mass at the Vatican, where he called for hope and peace. Here's ABC's Lama Hasan.
The first American pope presiding over his first Christmas Eve Mass. Beneath Michelangelo's majestic dome in St. Peter's Basilica, it was a solemn ceremony. Speaking in Italian, his homily announcing the joy of Christmas and reminding Christians it is a feast of hope. He says because the child Jesus kindles it within us, making us messengers of peace. A message this Chicago native has promoted throughout his papacy so far. The Pope pleading for peace around the world, expressing his great sadness that Russia has rejected a request for a Christmas ceasefire agreement with Ukraine. The pontiff also calling for the tenuous truce agreement in the Middle East to move forward, where Christmas is slowly returning. In the occupied West Bank, for the first time since the war in Gaza broke out 2 years ago, the lighting of Bethlehem's traditional Christmas tree in Manger Square. Tens of thousands of Christian pilgrims flocking to the holy city, with music, light, and hope celebrated.
And as we reflect on the year that's just passed, Christmas celebrations in the Vatican and Bethlehem send a message of hope and resilience. Lama Hasan, ABC News, London.
Lama, thank you. Coming up, we'll show you which country star had holiday travelers doing a bit of a double take at a Tennessee airport.
Back now with the start of a very Merry Christmas.
Let's take a look at those numbers one last time. Remember, there are multiple ways to win.
One lucky Powerball ticket in Arkansas matched those numbers. They're worth $1.8 billion, the second largest jackpot in the game's history.
All right, as Santa makes his way around this world on this Christmas holiday, we are going to take a trip over Denmark.
Yes, as we continue to take a look back at some of our favorite stories from the year, here is one from a few weeks ago about a woman's sparkly decorative mission for Christmas. Danny New has her story.
I'm covering my house in rhinestones for Christmas.
Is it considered the holidays yet?
One rhinestone for every follower.
Because one woman in Denmark has been preparing her decorations since September.
Ksenia, how much do you like Christmas?
Oh, very much. Very much.
Ksenia here has been picking up millions of views on social media as she chronicles her mission to cover her home by Christmas in 1 million rhinestones.
This is very gray season in Denmark. Most of the time it's raining, and it's sad season.
It started as an effort to counter what Ksenia calls the gray season in her home country, and at first she began by just trying to glue each rhinestone on one at a time.
I couldn't walk after that. I didn't feel my back, so I thought I have to figure out something.
Well, thanks to comments from her now around 850,000 followers and her background in coding, Ksenia began working on 3D models to synthesize this process.
The model itself, it has small cells of a size of the rhinestone.
However, these days, Ksenia is not totally mass-producing her rhinestone coverage.
Here's your rhinestone. in honor of your dearest brother John, and with a little light for you today.
As she now offers to include custom rhinestones to honor her followers' loved ones or causes.
I have a to-do list, huge to-do list, because I want these stories to be heard.
As of now, Ksenia has put up almost 600,000 rhinestones, and let's get a preview of the finished product. Here's how it appears at night, glistening like a starry sky.
It's not just for me to have rhinestones on the house, it's to shine and make people smile.
So that aired November 19th, and as of today, she is at more than 900,000. Not quite a million, but hey, that is a lot of rhinestones for one person by herself.
I wouldn't bet against her. She is crushing it. Okay, coming up, the Grinch is putting his holiday mischief aside.
See how he's taking on a new role this season and even spreading Christmas cheer? We'll be right back. Welcome back. We begin with high-powered holiday music.
Some very soothing sounds for these travelers in Tennessee. Take a look. Country music star Darius Rucker had made this appearance at Nashville International Airport. He gave this impromptu concert over the weekend at one of the restaurants there, performing Miranda Lambert's More Like Her. What a special surprise to anyone traveling during this holiday chaos that's usually experienced this time of year.
Right, and good eye.
Right, yes. Okay, next, more airport crooning.
Yeah, this time with more of a holiday theme. Check out these TSA workers spreading seasonal cheer. Video of the singing staffers at Baltimore's BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport has received more than 1.5 million views. They lent their voices to Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, and they sound pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Next, we head up to Boston.
Oh, yeah. Santa was riding a different type of Polar Express there. We have Chris Kringle taking a ride on the T. There you see him, joined by the general manager of the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority. They handed out holiday gifts to all the commuters there. Some riders on social media said their wish was for the trains to maybe just run a little bit better.
But they look good.
They look good. I love the decorations.
Yes. So Santa's there too.
Yes. And you know what? These types of traveling things, it can be stressful. It can be messy. So I'm glad that they spread holiday cheer and gifts there.
Absolutely.
Next, we move on to Louisiana.
Yeah, that's where we find one Grinch who didn't quite learn his lesson. The sheriff's office in Rayville put a big green meanie to work, directing traffic. There he is. Apparently, he'd been caught early Tuesday planning to, quote, maximum traffic chaos. Deputies say the man in the suit was given two choices: help traffic flow smoothly or enjoy a complimentary all-expenses-paid ride to jail.
It looks like he took his job very seriously,
yeah,
too.
Right. Finally, in Spain, a scuba Santa.
Yeah, this Santa went underwater to make some special deliveries there. Whoa, this is the view from a zoo in Valencia. Santa made sure the non-human residents were treated to Christmas gifts. The day included Mrs. Claus also diving into that hippo aquarium.
They do it all.
No kidding.
Reindeer, sleigh, scuba.
We love to see it.
Top headlines next. Checking more top stories, 2 people are in the hospital after ICE agents fired at a van in Maryland. The Department of Homeland Security says the driver of the van tried to run over the agents and that both people in the vehicle are undocumented.
Sean Diddy Combs is making another attempt to be released from federal prison. His lawyers claim Combs was treated harshly by the trial judge who sentenced him for crimes related to prostitution. Combs is scheduled to be released from prison in 2028.
The FDA is recalling more than 83,000 bags of frozen shrimp, which may have been exposed to a radioactive isotope. The shrimp was sold at a Price Chopper, Safeway, and other locations. It was distributed to supermarkets in more than 15 states.
And here's a look at the weather across the country today. Seasonably cool in the northeast, partly sunny in the south, and dry in the Midwest. Along the west, there are heavy rains and strong winds. And finally, a family's mission to spread handwritten holiday cheer.
Danny New has their story.
Happy birthday to you.
For the third holiday season in a row, we are checking in with 3 sisters spreading kindness in honor of their grandfather, Tom.
He helped us in so many ways without realizing that he helped us, and we realized that we could help other people by offering what he offered us to them.
Most frequently, Tom, or Papa, would send them greeting cards for nearly any reason. Birthdays, graduation, or more often than not, just because.
I even remember when I went away to college, I'd open my mailbox on a random Tuesday and have a card.
After the Ohio native passed in 2019, Courtney, Marcy, and Kristen here launched Project Tom, a mission to write and send free handwritten cards to anyone, anytime. 6 years in, they've now composed more than 16,000 cards for 50 states and around 30 countries. But they also keep special projects going throughout the year, too. For Valentine's Day, Kristen led the annual effort to drop off more than 600 cards with Tom's favorite candies attached for residents of rehabilitation and senior facilities.
And one of the facilities we picked this year was an Alzheimer's care unit, a memory care unit. They don't get a lot of visitors.
Throughout the year, they also wrote hundreds of cards for veterans traveling to Washington, D.C. on honor flights. Tom himself served in the Korean War with the Air Force.
I just wrote a note thanking them for their service and reminding them their sacrifices weren't forgotten.
And then for Tom's 90th in September, Courtney assembled cake kits for a food pantry. They include the ingredients to make a Midwestern specialty called soda pop cake. Since, little thing about Tom, he left aside money so after his funeral, his grandkids could all take a limo to Dairy Queen together.
That man is a party.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So guys, their website is projecttom.org if you would like to send somebody a card. And they said their most popular card request is still the Just Because card.
Oh, thanks, Danny. And that's your Good Morning America first look.
Have a great Christmas day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.